We'll just get started, and let's see, we'll call the meeting to order at 4:06. And then for the board, we have our January 2021 minutes. Karen, I'm sure you've had the opportunity to review those. So, sorry, my screen just changed. Give me 1 second. I can't see anything. Not that I need to, but okay, I guess I'll deal with that later. There we go. Okay. So anyway, I was trying to make it bigger and I hit it. So Karen,
I move to approve.
Okay, perfect. All in favor?
Aye.
Easy peasy. Okay, so then we have our financial overview. Dawn, do you have that?
I do.
Okay.
Just scrolling down.
Yeah, thanks. Right there. Okay.
Scrolling. Okay, so for March 2021, financial reports were emailed to the board on April the 13th, actually, 2021. As of March 31st, 2021, the current account balances are total operating accounts assets, $874,027.05. Checking account, $870,799.38. And the delinquency as of March 31st was $21.43.
That's impressive. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we'll just, without further ado, we'll hop into our committee reports. And it looks like first on the docket is ACC, and I saw Cheryl. So Cheryl, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, everybody. 2 items I wanted to talk about today. First of all, we're recruiting for the ACC. 3 positions are available to be filled come October. So if you're interested in exploring the possibility of joining the ACC, let Dawn know and plan on attending an upcoming meeting in May or June, and we might even go into July. The ACC meets the first Monday of the month at 6:30 at the Pavilion. So for May, that is next Monday, and I think we're going to have at least 2 guests attend our meeting on Monday. We'll be meeting on the patio in all likelihood. For June, the meeting will be on the 7th. Selected committee members must be comfortable using the HOA portal. You must be responsive to email and of course have a desire to support your community by vetting and advising the HOA on resident ACC requests and determining the standards for Ovation at Oak Tree. The committee really works hard to get to a yes on all resident ACC applications. So if you're interested, please check us out, and it's a great way to get to know your neighbors as well. And, serving on a committee here at Ovation, I have found is a wonderful experience. Now, speaking of ACC requests, especially for your new residents, make it your policy to, when in doubt, fill it out. Nothing is too big or too small. A goal of our committee is to review and approve requests very quickly. As I said, we always try to get to a yes. No project is too big or too small. And our standards and frequently asked question documents available to you on the portal provides a ready reference, not only for you, but also for the committee to aid in our review and approval process. But not all ACC request approvals are guided by standardizations. I want to foot stomp. It is part of our process to consider the site-specific or lot condition nature when evaluating each request. That is why you should not assume that because you see something being done, that implies a prior green light for you to do the same. One purpose of the ACC request is to protect you and your current and future neighbors when it
Uh-oh, she got muted.
Yeah.
Sorry. Not sure how that happened. So I just want to finish by saying that the ACC request process helps ensure that our Ovation at Oak Tree community remains the beautiful neighborhood that we all bought into. Thanks for your time. Are there any immediate questions for me? And of course, you could put them into the chat so that we could discuss in the homeowner forum later in this meeting. But, thank you.
Cheryl? All right. Let's see. And then we have Landscape Committee, and I know that Craig is on because he's on my screen.
Hi, everybody. This is Craig Gable. I'm the chair of the Landscape Committee. We're a committee of 6 to 8 people. Per our charter, we've set a upper threshold of 8 members. Much like Cheryl, I guess I want to make a pitch for people that might have interest in joining the committee to reach out to Dawn and let her know. People serve on the committee for a 2-year process, and so we are continually having people roll off and others roll on. And so there will be opportunities this fall for that to happen again. So if you have interest, please let Dawn know. We, like other committees, we meet monthly, are on the second Tuesday of the month and at the Pavilion. And the next meeting will be May 11th. As everybody knows, we're into that time of year where there's a lot of activity relative to landscaping, and just in the last few weeks, I think it's worth noting, the sprinkler system's been fired up and running, but please report any issues that you might observe either in common areas or in your own yard that you believe need to be addressed, and let Dawn know about that as soon as possible. Within the last few weeks, they've done moss and crane control spraying of our yards. Last week they did granular fertilizing, and this week they're doing weed spraying of the turf. And next week we're hopeful, weather conditions appropriate, to spray the trails and the preserves. The other thing that's worth noting, we had our 3rd annual Earth Day event. That was last week on April 22nd. We had really good turnout. There were about 30 people that turned out and helped us clean up the community. I want to thank everybody that participated. Job well done. We got our work completed in probably just around an hour. So thanks again to everybody that participated. One of the big undertakings of the committee currently, we are reviewing and studying with Taylor Morrison Management, the community plannings that we have in the common areas, and looking to address that for both the short term and the long term on a go forward basis, whether there's a desire to make some changes relative to the plantings in the community. So stay tuned, there'll be more coming on that as we complete our analysis. That's all I have. If anybody has any questions of me, please let me know or enter it into the chat and we can talk about it during the homeowner forum. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Craig. And then we roll right into communications, and Mel, I see you there at the ready.
I'm here. Hi, everyone. I'm Mel Greaves, and I'm on the Communications Committee along with Miriam Hewitt. We also are looking for new members. We have 2 people who are rotating off after putting in a couple of years, at least. Chris Sather has been doing the bulletin board in the Pavilion, and she did one last one to reopen it. And so anyone who likes doing that sort of thing, who's good visually and creative, we'd love to have someone help with that. And Nancy Larkin has kept our community email list all this time, and we would really love to have someone join the committee who's good at Excel, because I don't do that stuff. So you don't have to be a writer or an artist to be on the communications committee. We have other positions like Excel and bulletin boards, but we do generally all work on the newsletter and pitch in wherever we can. We run or administer, whatever it's called, the Facebook page, the main Facebook page for the community. And we do send out community emails. You need an opt-in for that. So that's all that information's in the upcoming newsletter, which you should receive in the next few days. If you're interested in joining the committee or have any other questions, you can contact Dawn, or my contact information is in the newsletter. Love to hear from you. Love to have you help.
I must unmute myself. Thank you, Mel. All right, so Pavilion Committee, Bill, I know you're on the call here somewhere.
Be here.
There you are.
All right. Very good. Well, you've saved the best for last, as usual. Thank you. I'm sure a lot of comments about the pavilion with it working, with it waking up, opening up. So I'm Bill Smiley. I'm the chair of the Pavilion Committee. For the people who don't know who we all are, we have some other members on our committee as well. And Carol J, Jeannie Reeder, we have Ed Nugent, Kelly Brock, and Patty Shuby also helps us with our activity. And we generally deal with all things with the pavilion, as far as helping the HOA, as far as upkeep and anything else that might be owners are interested. Get a hold of us, and we'll certainly communicate with Don and the board. We do meet first Tuesday of every month at the pavilion at 4:30. Stop by and take a listen. I'm reading off. I'm from Woodside Rest, just outside of Cle Elum, so I have my notes all in dots. So I'm going to just read them on off, and hopefully it all makes sense. Primarily for new owners, we are welcoming you to head on to the pavilion and check it out. You all should have that little fob, that little plastic piece right there. That's your key to get into the pavilion. And if you're in good standings and have signed the waiver, pavilion waiver, have access, come on in. If you have not signed the waiver, or you block Bob, get a hold of Don and we'll take care of all that. She'll get you set up. Just in general, the pavilion is open from 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. And you don't need an invite to poke around, so please do that. The pavilion is there for you to enjoy. And if you haven't had a chance to, again, if you haven't had a chance to check it, get on over. Once you get in there, above the microwave, there's a cabinet. There's a 3-ring binder in there, and that has information on all the things you can do in the pavilion as far as the shades, the TV, and all that. Back. Oh, there she's gone.
Bill, you went to the twilight zone momentarily.
There was weird noise going on there. I don't know what that was. Twilight zone out here in Cle Elum. So go ahead, go in, open drawers, poke around, look in cabinets, get an idea for the place. There's also information on how to do things on YouTube. There's a link to access that on the portal. And the TV has, or I should say the pavilion has its own internet service. The login information, well, if you look at the wall that's got the TV set, lower cabinet, left-hand side, that's the login information. So you can take your iPad or phone, head on over, check your emails at the pavilion. And oh, I should say also right below, same wall with the TV, lower cabinet, left-hand side, you'll find a little book exchange. So if you're looking for a read, head on over there, see if there's a book in there you might be interested in, or if you have one that you want to contribute, go ahead and slide it on in there. So also right now, the showers are closed, but there's a couple of saunas over at the pavilion. I haven't had a chance to try them out yet, or I should say the men's side, but I do plan on doing so this year. Let's not forget too, the pavilion has some exercise equipment. And so far since the place is reopened, I've put about 50 miles on a bike. Haven't really been bothered by anybody, so it gets busy at times, but so far, so check that out a little bit. The first time I was on the bike, I put on like about 6 miles, got off, could hardly walk. Luckily, I'm doing better now. And besides, there's a recumbent bike, upright bike, there's an elliptical, there's a treadmill. I checked the prices on those things, by the way, and they're all commercial grade, very expensive, high end, so they're not anything that's cheap. There's also a resistant weight machine that you can use. There's some exercise balls and some of those little, I guess, small dumbbells for
Free weights.
Well, let's see what I have here. So also, if you notice, between the patio and the community room, there's this glass wall. Those all opened up. Last night at trivia, we opened it up just to let some air into the place. And so you have that ability too later when the pavilion opens up more. Oh, by the way, my team won on trivia last night. Of course it did. Pavilion is under several contracts as far as maintenance, and Don does a good job of making sure that everything's up to speed, air conditioning, electrical, plumbing, and all that. I think the main challenge that we're seeing in the future is going to be coordinating all the expected needs. That's clubs, reservations, that we expect once the COVID restrictions begin to reduce and the fall weather comes, driving a lot more activities to the indoors. So I know the board is aware of that, and they're working on solutions. Hopefully we can talk more about that later. But really, that's about all that I have. It's just a big welcome to, hey, we can get back into the pavilion, go back, reacquaint yourself with it. Remember, it's yours to use. Respect it, though, as a guest as well. Make sure you keep the place in good shape. That's it for me.
All right, thanks. Okay, so Dawn, are you ready to go right into our manager's report?
Yes. Just again, scrolling down. So as Bill mentioned, I do manage the vendors at the pavilion. The pavilion cleaning service right now, as per the meeting that you all had about reopening, we are having the vendor clean 6 days a week. Friday is the one day that the vendor isn't there cleaning because their cleaner has their grandchildren that day. So otherwise, 6 days a week. The patio is cleaned once a week. And there are additional pavilion hand sanitizer stations up. And so we've put the actual press stations in the main room where there's the kitchen, and then there's one in the hallway, and then there's one in the gym. But then we also have just bottles of hand sanitizer as well for homeowners to use. The Pavilion Windows quarterly contract schedule cleaning service is going to be May 4th. And then last week on Thursday, when I was at the pavilion, I had some difficulty opening that front door, and maybe because it's been closed for a year. And I did call Procom to come out, and I will be meeting them on Friday to service that door. In the meantime, if you guys have trouble with getting into that door, go to the back doors. There's two, one that takes you right to the kitchen and one to the lobby. The Oak Tree Pavilion handyman will be at the pavilion pressure washing walkways, patios, and cleaning the gutters on Thursday, May 13th at 9 a.m. I do have an e-blast just to remind you guys of that as well. I just ask that everyone steer clear. He'll be there early and he should be all finished up by noon, but I just don't want anybody to be in the way of having those cleaned, and it's, you know, pretty strong water. So if everyone could just steer clear at that time, that would be appreciated. Reminder for homeowners that my office number doesn't accept text. It is a Zoom phone. So if you want to send me a message, then just go ahead and email me. The phone will take a message if you want to leave a message if I'm busy on another call, but it doesn't accept text. I also have a fax number that is in my signature. So if you want to send me a fax, such as an ACC, you're more than welcome to do that. And that just appears in my email, so I can grab that for you. The HOA landscaper, Monarch, turned on all the irrigation for the property in April. They are spraying for weeds in the turf this week, so we ask that everyone be cautious. And we ask that people keep off their dogs from the grassy areas. We have had some pet damage on Colville and Bowthorpe, so we ask that you have your dogs use the bark, the rock, and the preserve areas. We do post the updates directly from Chris from Monarch, and if you look under the portal under announcements, you'll see the Monarch update there, and then every week as he posts the updates, those are posted. Bug busters will be at the property in May to service the rodent traps, which there are 6 by the pavilion, spray for spiders and bugs around the pavilion, and to install the wasp traps around the pavilion and trail entries. I will be at the property when I'm checking with Procom for the door of the pavilion on Friday. Then immediately afterwards, I will be meeting with bug busters to walk the preserve and show them those entrances so that they can put those up. The traps do not harm beneficial honeybees. If you see a nest on pavilion grounds only, please give me a call. These instructions are on the portal under announcements. Updated the annual 2021 annual calendar. That again is on the portal under documents. The Oak Tree 2021 budget is posted on the portal under documents. The second new homeowner orientation went well. That was in February. And so we'll be doing another one in July. So anyone, even if you've been a homeowner for a long time and you just want to jump on and ask questions and get a better feel for the portal, or if you're brand new and you want to learn about the portal, then of course you can always reach out to me and I can assist at any time. But in July, we'll just have kind of a group Zoom setting and have an interactive where I show you all everything on the portal. And then if there's questions, we can go through those as well. Management finished age verification project for 2020, but will continue to collect info from brand new homeowners. And then a reminder, homeowners who have not yet turned in their pavilion waiver, please contact me directly and I can provide assistance for getting that signed and turned in. I'm also at the property on Thursdays, so I'll be there tomorrow. If you want to come in, I've got some printed out, so you don't even have to print it out. You can come right in and I'll have it for you so that you can go ahead and sign that. And then a reminder that the HOA responsibilities versus non-responsibilities is posted on the Oak Tree portal under documents, annual disclosures. A reminder that HOA portfolio management is not the same as warranty or apartment management. Portal updates, there are 205 registered members on file. And as for reports, the ACC notes report, work order, violation, association reports were included for the board. And that's all.
All right, thank you. So let's get to the hot topics here under business. And go ahead and, there it is.
There we go.
So the first one is homeowner board election. So yes, I know this has been a hot topic for a while. We are currently at 194 closed homeowners at the moment. Our 75% of 814 is basically 204. And right now with our pending sales book, we will be reaching that number in early June. So we will kind of be tracking that, and I'm not sure if we'll make the July 28th meeting be that board member election, or we'll do a separate one, but we'll let you know. But that is in the works. So if you're thinking about it, I know there's going to be a little blurb about it in the upcoming newsletter as well. So keep thinking about, we will have an election for one homeowner to join the declarant board. So that would be myself, Karen, and Ron, who's not present today. So yeah, that's exciting. I know that's been a conversation for a while, so that's finally coming up. As Cheryl mentioned, just our ACC reminders, it is the spring, summer growing season, and it's also project time, and we know a lot of people want to do things. I know for those that I see on these meetings a lot and on these calls, a little bit of a broken record, but please make sure you're filling out a completed application. That does help facilitate the committee's job and making recommendations to the board, and for the board to make a final decision. We are getting a little pushback sometimes. People feel like they don't want to fill it out. They don't want to talk to their neighbors. Dawn has a way to facilitate communication with your neighbor via email or a phone call if necessary, if you don't want to actually physically go over and approach them. But it is necessary for your homeowners to acknowledge your projects. Like Cheryl said, to protect you as a current homeowner, future homeowners, and to protect our overall community. When in doubt, fill it out. It's always been my motto with all my associations. So it could seem a little tedious, but it's really wise to have it in your folder to make sure you get it approved. So appreciate that. And then we've had this is also recreation time coming up. Going to be taking trips, and some of us have additional vehicles like RVs and boats. So technically, they're not supposed to be in the community. However, we've given a grace period of a 24-hour load and unload. So let's be mindful of that. We know that you got to load up and move out for your trip and then come back. So let's not abuse that either. Did I miss anything on that, Dawn? Did you have anything else to add to that?
No, that's a great reminder. Thank you.
Yeah. And then, yes, as we all know,
Hey, Jennifer, I want to go back to the ACC reminders. I know
sure.
my old saw, but I want to recognize or remember that when your neighbor asks you to sign their ACC request, it's just your acknowledgement. It's not your approval. You're just signing that they've made you aware of it, and the purpose of making you aware of it is so that you have the opportunity, with a no conflict with your neighbor opportunity, to contact Dawn, who, if you have any concerns about the project, and through Dawn, the ACC committee, the board, will vet out what your concerns with it may be. But again, when you sign, it's not approval, it's acknowledgement. And then if you have issues, please contact Dawn, and we have the opportunity to understand what your concerns are.
Yeah, great reminder, Karen. And to piggyback on that too, it's a 5-day window. So make sure, you do reach out if you have, any concerns, just like Karen said. And then Dawn kind of went over the HOA responsibilities versus non-manager responsibilities. And not to beat a dead horse, it is on the portal, but we do get a lot of things that are, not under the purview of an association manager's responsibility. So if you're really curious what those are, I'm going to say go to the portal. But yeah, we're not warranty. We don't deal with warranty, and that's a separate number. So be mindful that if you're calling for an emergency after hour call and you absolutely have to speak to Dawn or someone, that unfortunately is a cost incurred, because it's not, and we have had inadvertently some instances where, people have reached out to management and Dawn over the weekend, and it was a warranty issue. So if it's within your home, direct it to warranty. If it's common area, yes, please reach out to the management. Let's see. Well, I'm not quite sure what the landscaping expectations was off the top of my head, other than, we are going into growing season. We are, and myself are meeting with the landscaper to just kind of go over some, make sure we have a good game plan for this year. We have 50% more homeowners currently in the community than we did at this point last year. So working on future growth and making sure we're able to manage and keep up. So we're definitely proactively working on that tomorrow. And I think the one that everyone wants to know about is, what is the Taylor Morrison update? Because I know everyone's burning to know about the village. So we do actually, Karen and I are really excited. We have.
Can I do a drum roll here?
Yeah. We do have a little bit on the villages, but first, I think this is a little bit more immediate, and we're very excited that we're actually at a place and have the ability to do this for the community sooner rather than later. And we're not waiting for the larger amenity to be present to do this. So with the guidance and the expertise of Taylor Morrison, they have a whole division called Esplanade. If you actually go to their website, you'll see a little glimpse of what it looks like, but it's their active lifestyle division. And we've been working closely with them, and they've been awesome in helping us move forward and supporting. So we're currently looking for a lifestyle manager. And that is essentially someone to start programming and to enhance, not to get rid of any of the clubs and the groups that we already have, but to help integrate more events, just more opportunities, things like wellness programs, not just events, social things, but all sorts of facets. They have a really exciting program that they're going to help work us through. So we're actively seeking that person. So they should be on board soon, and we'll let you know when they join. Just so you guys can all be a part of that. It's very exciting. It's a little, it was a little scary for us at first. Dawn just recently found out as well. So, but we're really looking forward to be able to implement and amenitize a little bit sooner rather than later. So don't bombard Dawn with any questions. She doesn't know anything else other than that. This is pretty much what we know. We don't know exactly how that's going to look. So we're eager to learn just as you are. So more to come. We'll be very transparent in sharing the information on what that will look like. So that's partially why we've kept the Pavilion calendar open, because we do want to have some flexibility about learning to maximize the space. And like I said, we have 50% more homeowners than we did last time. So we want to see if we can, just maximize and allow more opportunities for the space to be used until the villages are built. So the villages, you'll start to see dirt moving this summer. So like around June, July, and I'm not just saying dirt moving one here, like actual dirt moving foundational work. Yes, they're doing dirt work in Division 3. So we are moving ahead a little sooner than anticipated. I know that Taylor Morrison, the Esplanade division, has given us some great suggestions. And I know a few people have reached out to Dawn asking for village floor plans. We will be able to share that soon. Don't have it finalized yet, but we're kind of, they're doing some giving us some great suggestions on how to really maximize those spaces too. And what I've seen so far in the proposal is pretty awesome. So I think you'll be very excited. Just to answer a few questions off the top, yes, there'll still be a pool. Yes, there's a fitness center. None of that's changed. The footprint has not changed. It's just sort of reorganizing a little bit in the interior. So those are exciting updates. Someone's asking any input from homeowners. We did address this in a committee meeting yesterday, most likely not. Esplanade, they pretty much have it dialed in. If you go look, I encourage you to go look at the Taylor Morrison website and go look on their Esplanade products and their communities. I think you'll see that they know what they're doing, and we're really excited to be working with them. So you can get a glimpse of what we're gonna look a little different. We're not in Florida, we're not in Arizona. We have a different climate, we have different things. So ours will look a little bit different, but they're very excited to be working over here on the West Coast and helping us out with that and making sure it's catered to our region. So let's see, I think something else flashed through. Oh, that's Bill's phone must have went mute. We'll get to that in the open, some of these things in the open forum. Oh, someone asked, Cheryl asked, is Esplanade different from other Ovation communities? Ovation was the active lifestyle branding for William Lyon. Esplanade is the branding for Taylor Morrison. So William Lyon actually was dipping their toes into the active lifestyle division, kind of with Ovation. So William Lyon, Ovation. We're not changing the name. We're still going to be Ovation at Oak Tree. We're not going to be Esplanade at Oak Tree. So all that remains the same, but we're going to get that added benefit of all their Esplanade expertise. Karen, did I miss anything?
I don't think you missed anything, but I just wanted to throw my voice in about how exciting it's been and what a great opportunity it's been for Jennifer and I. It was a little bit like our hair got blown back at first, but the Esplanade group, they are so knowledgeable, so experienced, and they're so excited about their programs and facilities that I'm looking at everybody's faces and distracted. You're not getting it yet. You should be smiling and cheering and going, this is so exciting. That's how Jennifer and I are feeling right now. So more to come. As Jennifer said, I'm just reiterating, don't inundate Dawn because she doesn't have all the facts yet. And Jennifer and I will share them as we get all the facts, but coming soon and sooner than we even had expected. So more to come.
Yeah, it is really a cool thing. So I wish I had more details, but you know, hopefully soon we will. I mean, we're learning something new every day. So that's why our hair feels blown back sometimes. So I guess what we'll do is kind of, yeah, thanks Mel, woohoo! I guess what we'll do is morph into the homeowner. Give me a second to fix my screens here. I saw, yes, there's been dust in the air. Tucci's and Son is supposed to be cleaning with water. I've had numerous conversations with the construction staff, so we are working on getting that to be improved because they should not be cleaning. I know some of you have reached out to me directly, and I appreciate that. The photos were super helpful as well. Hopefully that's going to get resolved here soon. So,
Jennifer, do you want me just to start with the first question here from Ed Logan?
Sure. Yeah, I don't see those. So
okay. So Ed Logan asked, will there be another committee for the new community pavilion, the Villages, once it's completed, or will it fall under the current committee?
That's a great question. We'll see. I don't know. And I think it'll just be how we want to manage it, right? I think the community, I don't know if it'll fall under the main large umbrella. I mean, haven't gotten quite that far, but that's a great question.
Yeah, Jennifer, to chime in here, first of all, that's part of the Pavilion Committee's desire, but we also, by the time the pavilion, the Villages is completed, we should have also a facilities manager on site.
Yay.
Yep. That'll be super helpful. What was the next one?
Oh, well, I just have, there's some people that are really excited about backgrounds.
I did see that. Ed Logan wins the best background award.
Ed and Dawn are tied for great backgrounds.
Yeah. Dawn, where are you?
Dawn Wilson.
Yeah, I know where you're at. Maybe he won't share. He's got to unmute or type.
Yeah.
Anyway, I saw, what else did you see in there?
So Susan and Joe Marionell asked for input from homeowners. I would assume that's on the Villages.
Yeah, I did mention that.
Yeah. Okay.
Taylor Morrison with their Esplanade division has it pretty much locked in. I haven't heard that they're planning on doing that, but
okay. So then the next question is from Wendy Plogman. She's asking, will HOA dues increase when the Villages are open?
Well, that's a great question. Well, we just kind of redrafted the budget to see what it looked like with the addition of a lifestyle manager. And right now, I think, you know, your dues will eventually increase with inflation at some point. I mean, that's sort of what happens over time. No, actually not. And she wrote due to insurance and pool maintenance. Actually, all of that's been, if you look at your full build out budget, which was actually given to you at the point of sale, we have allocated in the main budget for everything at full build out for pool insurance and maintenance. So that's where the 200 number comes from. So it really shouldn't increase when the villages drop.
Yeah.
So we should be fairly static for a while, but you know, at some point in time with my associations, you can only stay static for a while. And then there's just, you know, water costs go up, things happen that are consumptive expenses that don't necessarily or can't be predicted. So right now in your full build out, all of that was actually already included. The budget for 2020 does not have that listed in there because the feedback we've gotten in the previous year was they wanted to see a budget for the actual year for the things that actually exist. So that's why you don't see it in the 2021 budget, but it is already anticipated in the full build out budget. So yeah.
Any other questions, guys?
I didn't see anything. Yeah, we'll let you know until I see another question.
One new.
Oh, I have no idea. That's going, she says, when will the back road link up? That is just going to be as construction develops.
Then Susan and Joe ask, will the pavilion be following the CDC guidelines when Washington follows CDC? Or masks, I'm assuming, are masks required? Right now, yes, they are.
Technically, yes, they are. But as we told you, when it opens, we're not policing people. We're hoping that people are cognizant of what the current regulations are. So if the governor decides that we are going back a phase or mandatory mask wearing, that is what we will follow.
Hopefully we don't go back to Pierce County.
Here, I know King's looking a little precarious here, but I didn't hear anything about Thurston. So, okay.
Oh, Wendy says, okay, and be kind. Yeah, so always.
Yes, be kind.
We ask
always.
you guys to be kind to each other and to me.
Yeah, especially to Dawn.
Yeah, just respectful to each other. I mean, if you guys have concerns, you know, things that are upsetting you, always, you know, feel free to reach out to me directly and we can talk privately about those things. Or if you would rather reach out to the board directly, that's fine too. But just being kind to each other. I mean, I can't say that enough. That's so important. Everybody is wonderful and we have such a great working relationship. We'd just like to keep that going. Life's been hard this past year, so be cognizant of that when dealing with one another.
Someone asked, what is the projected finish date for the villages? Don't know, but I think we anticipated, I think it was about a year or a little over a year full build out before it opens. So Ed's asking, what's the process to include a homeowner on the board one time? Well, that was what we mentioned on the beginning of the business, is that when we hit 25%, which for you is 204 homes, we elect a homeowner to join the declarant board. So yeah, that's when we add the first homeowner to join the board.
So let me know if you're interested. Nova will start building the election once we have some folks that are interested. The communication committee has offered to help with bios and getting the word out. We have a great election process through Nova's software that you can actually go on the portal once we have everyone in there and you'll be able to vote. And for those of you who are not computer savvy, I will schedule time to sit down with you and let you go on. Of course, you'll be voting under your account, but I will be there with you to assist you so that you feel comfortable going on the portal and casting your vote.
So that's how the back end will work. The front end is that you'll get a formal mailer for this meeting. Everyone will get something in the mail. You'll get a ballot. So if you're interested in participating and wanting to be a part of that part of the board, you will fill out the form and you'll send it into Dawn, and then we'll collect those. And then when we actually at the meeting, we'll have those people introduce themselves and speak, and then we can take nominations from the floor. Say Ed wants to nominate Michael Grant, and if Michael Grant accepts his nomination, that's how that would work. Or you can even self-nominate. You can say, you know what, I want to throw my hat in the ring. So even if you don't pre-fill out the form, you'll have an opportunity at the meeting to participate in the election. And it will be, like Dawn said, an election, and we may not actually have the results that evening just because of COVID and sort of some back end logistics.
I
I did
wanted to
not
add,
say, so someone asked a question about the completion of the villages. I would say it's probably a little over a year to finish once it starts getting going. I didn't say until full build out. I said that the budget is built off of full build out, but the villages will be definitely completed well before full build out. It is 814 homes, so I don't think we would wait that long to do that.
No.
And it won't take that long to construct. So in the next year or so, I think once you start seeing the dirt, when they start doing foundational work, I think that is the big trigger. So I was told late June, early July. So that is our earmark.
Yay.
Yay. But like Dawn said, if you have any questions and you didn't feel you remembered after the meeting, feel free to email and we'll be more than happy to address those as well. We're always here. And then let's see, I'm just waiting to see if another question is someone could be typing away.
Yeah.
Jennifer, I was just going to add in when you're talking about the election.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one time when Jennifer was incorrect saying we. We, as the declarant board, will not be voting. I want you to understand that whomever's elected to the board will be elected completely by the actual homeowners in residents of Oak Tree. Everything else will be an hour, but not on that one.
Yeah, that is correct. We don't really partake in any of that. So I don't know if we'll see a blueprint at the next meeting. So I don't want to promise something I necessarily can't deliver. So we'll see. As soon as we can, we'll be able to share that. I know you're anxious and everyone wants to know. I totally get it.
Yeah.
Understand. But we rather give correct information than the wrong information because we know how easily that gets spread. All right.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? It's great to see so many people. I think
Oh, yes.
short last time, so this is really great to see new names, new faces,
Mhm.
some of our original OG homeowners and all in between. So it's great.
Thank you, committee members, as well, for your excellent presentation. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, if we don't have anything else,
Nope.
technically the next board meeting is scheduled July 28th. So we will let you know more to come on the homeowner election as well. And without further ado, I guess I'll adjourn at 4:53. All right. Well, it was a little sunny where we're at, so hopefully everyone can go get outside, enjoy a little bit of the evening, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.